Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. This is the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast.
G'day everybody and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Hope you are having a good day, night, morning, whatever the time or place that you are in the world is. I hope you're enjoying it. I wanted to go through and kind of cover a topic I find very interesting. It's to do with social media. So recently, I've come out and I've said I'm bullish in the market right now. I've come out, I've blasted it from the rooftops, which comes as no surprise because I've told you all that if XYZ was to occur, that I would be bullish and I would let everybody know it. Basically, because I've got a systemized approach. You guys that have been listening for long enough, and those of you who've done the courses especially, know that I weigh everything on the charts. I'm a technical trader. I've been doing it for 12 years. I know what I'm doing. I don't take a left when I should be going straight. I don't get distracted by other people's commentary. I get a lot of people telling me things that they don't agree with. And look, I encourage it. I think that's fantastic. I do. I really encourage that. But it will never change my perspective, ever. If somebody's talking my language and they're looking at things that I've taught them or they've traded a similar way, like if someone points out a horizontal resistance level that I may not have seen, whoa, shish, yep, I see that, sorry, you're well done, thank you, you've pointed that out for me. I will take advantage of that sort of information. But if it's talking about a sloping trend line, or if it's talking about, these shorts are being cleared, or if it's talking about what, Dingo did over here and he said this and she said that, and what, I don't get caught up in the noise. I'm very dedicated to what I do. I'm very disciplined with what I do, and that's why I've got checklists. The whole point is really to get yourself to a position where you don't need to listen to anybody else. And let me tell you something, it takes a while. It does. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and it takes a while to get to a point where you're actually going, well, you know what? Yeah, I really don't need to listen to anybody else. I've got what works for me, and I'm going to work my edge. Now, when I came out recently and I got all bullish, I had such a huge social media interaction day. People coming out of all sorts of places. Very, very interesting how the human brain works behind a computer. People that would never say boo to me, accusing me of all sorts of things. And, it's wonderfully entertaining. It's a little bit sad. But it's fascinating to me. One of the things that I saw was somebody actually came out, you know who you are, and thank you for doing this. It's not the first time, by the way. I get people writing in different groups. They share their review of the courses that I do, their experiences. So far, it's all been very positive, which I'm very proud of because I put a lot of time and effort into what I do. People saying it's life-changing, people saying they've made this much money, or there's this, or there's that. No, I don't ask anybody to do this. They do it out of their own goodwill because they find things that they want to help their community. And anyway, this post came out and it was a really, really well-written one. Very well-written review about their experiences. It also broke down really well what each of the courses were. Now, look, if I was to write an ad, it was that quality. It was really, really good, okay? So I've made that very clear that it was a good write-up, a very good review, and what came after that was fascinating to me. People, basically, I was told by somebody that when I said that I was a fake, that I hadn't worked or done any of the things that I've claimed. I hadn't worked at the companies that I have worked at. I haven't presented for the companies that I've said that I've presented for. Somebody else said I had a subscription service that I was ripping people off to the tune of $33 million in a scam. God knows where this comes from. Maybe the guy was on the glass barbecue, I'm not sure. But but basically, I just sat back. I thought it was a joke at the start because one person said it's a paid ad, and I just sort of laughed at that. But it got remarkably negative very, very quickly. Now, the moderators of this group stepped in and did what they had to do, blah, blah, blah. The story doesn't end there. The point is that I talk about the noise in this space. I talk about being careful of who you listen to and where you get your information from, and how, as I say, I don't listen to anybody. And that's not an arrogance thing. It's a factual thing. I used to work very closely, look at a lot of things, work closely with good traders to get to a certain point. Now, I'd still work with these traders. We just trade different markets now. We're still mates. But all that noise, it's so negative for one, and there's a lot of rubbish out there. So two things. Be careful of the groups that you're in. here I am. I do more free content than paid content. I do the absolute utmost to educate the community, and most of you, for people that actually listen and follow along, I get great feedback. People love it. And I really appreciate that, and I do it for you guys. Helping people. But there are always going to be toxic human beings out there. And look, I don't dislike these people. I just ignore them. They might have had a tough day, a tough life. They might just see the world through a different lens, and that's up to them. I don't have time for that sort of thing. But what I want to do is, I've got your ears right now, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware that there will be people out there that will rip you down. Now, the person that wrote the comment up in the review, it rattled him a little bit. I know he's cool, he's fine, he's tougher than that, but just understand that there are going to be people that no matter what you do or say, from the bottom of your heart, you're trying to do something nice, and they will tear you down. Ignore those people. There's an old saying, and people say, what I've got to remember what the saying is now. People that talk behind your back and sort of bitch about you behind your back, they're behind you for a reason. They're jealous of you. They haven't got what you have. There's something there. Look, don't dislike these people, and better yet, don't waste time on these people. Don't give them an audience, because it just gets them off. They enjoy it. Just know that you're better than that. You know what you're doing, and move forward. And that's what I do. It's water off a duck's back for me. I mean, I've been accused of all sorts of things, none of which are true. Just be careful in that social media environment. The other thing I wanted to cover is the reason behind the bullishness. As I said, I'm a strategic trader. I follow rules and I follow checklists, right? So from my point of view, it's very simple. Guys, back when Bitcoin was 18, 19,000, I was suggesting we get a pullback to 9,000. I was doing it publicly. I was getting battered left, right, and center. People were saying all sorts of things. Now, this was before the tradercobb.com website and business was created. It was as it was being built, but it wasn't public yet. But people, I had a decent following in social media then anyway, and I was getting told all sorts of things, that I was crazy, I was an idiot, I was all sorts. Obviously, by people that hadn't been trading as long as I had. Again, I said, mark my words, you watch. It's got to pull back. It has to pull back. Now, of course, we know what happened. I was right, and to be fair, credit to the people that were there saying it, because they came out of the woodwork and they had said, look, you're right, I'm sorry, I will listen to you more now. And I think some of them are clients. Well, that's really great, because they were proven wrong. I wasn't trying to prove them wrong. The market proved me to be more right. The reversal of trend I saw just recently is bullish. We are now in an uptrend. Now, all the other theories about we're going to go lower, look, they might be correct. They could be correct. I don't know the future. But what I do know is that I've got a high probability of getting things right when I follow the trend. Now the trend is up. So I'll be looking for more trades to the upside than to the downside. Now, if that trend turns around, and look, I haven't made any price predictions here. I haven't said Bitcoin's going to go to 10,000, 20,000. I've not at all. All I've said is I'm bullish. And the reason I'm bullish is because we have a higher high to go with a higher low. It's that simple. It's a fact. It is now in an uptrend. The definition of an uptrend is a higher high and a higher low. We have that, so factually speaking, it's an uptrend, so therefore I am bullish. Now, if we go and set a lower high and then a lower low, I will be bearish. And you watch, if that happens, watch how many people come out screaming, throwing fists and going nuts. It will happen. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's the world that I live in. I'm a public figure now. I do things publicly in crypto. Crypto is much more nasty than traditional markets. I've been a commentator in traditional markets a long time before I came to crypto. Crypto seems to be very, very strange. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. So collaborative. But interestingly as well, they can rip you down in a second. So just be careful who you're associating with, who you're listening to, who you're commenting with, where you're putting your stuff out there, and try and keep a happy face no matter what comes. Because we can't let people drag us down. And the fact of the matter is, we are in an uptrend. I've been wrong before, guys, but I'm not wrong on this. This is an uptrend. I am bullish until the trend changes. Have a fantastic day. Keep your head up, and let's do this. Bye.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out tradercobb.com because experience matters.